Hi and welcome. I'm Bill Say. In this video, I want to talk about a central diversity issue. It's actually a central social issue, and that has to do with rank. I want to offer a definition of rank, name some of the common phenomena and dynamics associated with rank, and offer you a few suggestions how you could use rank to better effect. Let me say a few words about me. For many years now, I have worked with different community groups and organizations around the intersection of diversity, conflict resolution, and relationship and community building. I am also a diplomate in Mindell process work, and Mindell process work has a lot of wonderful stuff to say about rank, and I'll list a resource in the description box for further inquiry if you'd like. So here's a definition of rank. Rank can be seen as our relative ability to influence others and our environment. Wow, that's a huge thing. Our relative ability to influence others and our environments. That said, let me name two main kinds of rank. The first one is social rank, and this is the rank that most people focus upon, it seems. And social rank is often strongly associated with things like gender, sexual orientation, marital status, race, ethnicity, religion, political view, socioeconomics, ability, physical and mental, appearance. So those are some of the common ones. Did I name age? That must be my forgetfulness coming up. Anyway, those factors can result, depending on the context or the society at hand, can result in a measurable influence on your ability, for example, to access social resources, to earn a certain amount of money, to get better access, for example, to things like jobs, to health care, to fair treatment in the courts, to certain kinds of rights, for example, voting rights. It's a big factor, and it's one of the reasons why there's so much focus on social rank and equity, because we live in a world that's far from equitable. It's far from fair. Now, that said, let me name a second kind of rank, and that is personal power. And in my mind, there's probably an infinite number of personal powers that are in play in the world. And these powers may have a lot to do with a person's social rank, and they may have absolutely little or nothing to do with social rank. That is to say, a person with very low social standing could nevertheless be a very powerful person. That person may be extremely courageous, intuitive, articulate, charismatic, deeply spiritual, etc. So those personal powers, in a sense, create a rich complexity of social factors on the one hand that may strongly influence one's relative rank, and then personal powers on the other hand. And let me just pause for a moment. Yeah, that's already a lot. It's like, wow, personal powers. So here's a little bit of a homework for you to consider different social factors, and do they tend to give you higher or lower social rank? That's one thing to notice. Yeah, it's like, wow, where does my rank come from? Like, for example, Bill, say, I have a fair amount of social rank. And if I consider it, I think about different factors that have to do with gender, sexual orientation, marital status, age, education, socioeconomics. Those are some of the factors that sometimes contribute heavily to my sense of rank, and then therefore what kinds of opportunities and possibilities I might be invited to, for example. And then on the other hand, there's certain personal powers that I really find meaningful, that help me get through a difficult time, that help me to believe in myself, that help me to be more successful in life. So two kinds of rank to consider. Now, here's a couple of different common phenomena. Here's more than a couple, actually. One is this. Here's an idea. Everyone has some rank. Yeah? And especially if we consider personal powers, you might agree that even if you're a person who really struggles with, say, marginalization, chronic social marginalization, you may nevertheless have certain powers that are undeniable, hopefully undeniable to you. Now, that starts to suggest one of the main strategies that I would consider, that I would suggest for people who face chronic social marginalization is this. Almost by definition, if you've been marginalized over time, you have gifts, you have perspectives that are missing from the system at hand that is marginalizing you. And it may be, it might be very much the case that because of marginalization, that you may also suffer from self-doubt, a sense of low worth because of that low social rank and marginalization. So it can make things really difficult, extremely challenging, and is, depending on the context, even life-threatening. So it's no little matter. Nevertheless, there may be perspectives that you hold. There may be awareness that you hold that is vital to the overall resolution of the situation at hand. So I really want to strongly encourage that in you, if that is you. Secondly, if you do struggle with that kind of social marginalization, to find support somehow that really enhances your sense that you too have value, that you too may be struggling, but you might have awareness and a perspective that is needed in this world or in this given situation. Now, here's the other generality that I want to offer with regard to rank. If you have a lot of rank, it is really easy. It's almost natural to not know the extent of it, and therefore to not always be sensitive enough to your impact on others who have lesser rank. It's a really common phenomenon because when you have a lot, sometimes it's like we're caught in a certain spell of our own rank and our own good feelings, our own power, our own ability. Yeah, yay, that's great. Not to put it down, but because of this common tendency, and it comes up in parenting situations, it comes up in team and organizational situations, it comes up in community and social life, it's such a strong factor that I want to strongly suggest that almost everyone can learn more to become more aware of your own rank, and therefore have a higher probability that you could use it well with more sensitivity. So, a little case in point, I teach a class at a university. I'm a professor there. And occasionally, and that gives me another kind of rank. Let me just name it briefly. It's structural rank. But I didn't name structural rank because structural rank is often based off of social rank. I'm in the position that I'm in because of my social rank. Not only. I also have this job because of innate passions in me that are interested, for example, in human differences, that are interested in psychology. Some of that learned, some of that's just me. And I think that I also have the good fortune to be in a situation where I get to teach, offering what I've learned, offering some of my deep passions in life. Wow. And because of that structural rank, sometimes I don't fully know the extent of it and my impact on others, for example, on students. So there have been instances when I have misused my rank, for example, in being a little bit too harsh or critical or sharp or cutting someone off who was wanting to speak, etc. So even recognizing that, saying something, admitting that I had misstepped or misused my rank can be incredibly positive. And here I want to suggest it. It can even be healing or, in a sense, medicinal for a given setting, relationship, etc. It comes up all the time. And so that kind of awareness, here's a little example, can be just one instance of this tendency where rank used with awareness can indeed be medicinal. And the opposite is also true. Rank used without enough awareness can be really negative. It can actually be toxic or even poisonous to a given relationship, family, organization, or a larger social context. And if you look in the paper, you might agree that you see instances all the time where people are using their rank to really good effect. You also see instances where people are using their rank in terrible ways, arguably horrible ways. Okay? Let's see, let me pause for a moment. Anything else to say about rank? Get to know more about your own rank. What are the factors that contribute to your rank, whether high or low? And if you have high rank, notice, study your interactions, the ones that go well, the ones that don't. Notice your actions, your initiatives, your projects. How does rank contribute to their success? And if there's difficulties, conflicts, relationship problems, etc., you might ask yourself, how, if at all, does rank contribute to this difficulty? And many times I think you'll find that it does in one way or another, because rank dynamics are pervasive in human interactions. They just are. Secondly, if you are indeed, I want to underline this because it's so important, I think, if you are indeed someone who chronically experiences low rank, yes, certainly I don't want to deny any level of difficulty or struggle or danger that may be associated with that, but also to consider that you may have important gifts, perspective, and awareness that the situation may need. And it might be a matter of gaining enough support so you can find a way or different ways where you can somehow contribute your awareness and bring it into the world. Thirdly, I'd say study different situations where you think, a greater rank awareness could be helpful. So study different relationships. Maybe there are relationships where there's conflict or misunderstanding involved. Study family situations, team or organizational ones. If you're in a community group, study rank dynamics. How do they play out? And how could your enhanced awareness of rank, because if you study it, I think you'll find something gets enhanced. How could you use that greater awareness of rank to better effect? So there it is. It's a large, rich, really complex situation. It moves around from context to context, from moment to moment sometimes even, and yet it's so vital. Our world needs more rank awareness so that we have better communication, better understanding, better relationships, and better actions in the world. Okay, thanks for now and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.